What about Mike Judge singing? Like, were you aware that what he was going to kind of be like beforehand? Did you kind of know? Because I really do think that and it comes up all the time once again doing this show, that he's one of those super underrated but incredibly influential vocalists and lyricists too.
Before we did We're Not This Alone, Youth Today broke up for like just like a few months. I think it was just like we just toured nonstop and everybody was getting on each other's nerves, and we were trying to write songs for another record. And Ray really loved that Blast record, and he was trying to make us be this kind of like Blast, almost like Black Flag type band. And the rest of the band, and Mike was in the band. Mike was playing drums at that time. And the rest of the band, we could not be any less interested in playing that. We're like, we're Youth Today. What are you talking about? We're the hardcore band. It's our whole Steve's.
He was getting his Rollins on.
Yeah, he was trying to get his Rollins on, and we didn't like it. And then he got all offended, and then we broke up just for like a few months. But during that time that we broke up for the few months, that's when Judge started. I never heard him sing. He said he wanted to sing, and when he said he wanted to sing, I didn't think he was going to be able to do it. Like if you knew Mike, he was the quietest, most to this day, he's the quietest, most introverted, kind of like socially awkward guy. And when he said he wanted to sing, I was like, how is he going to be able to pull this off? Like the guy can't even talk. Like he doesn't even like to talk in a crowd. Like he was just that type of kid, which is, what I think was almost the glory of Judge, because his social awkwardness. There's a lot of kids that are like that, and like that kind of like people that were like that, they really got into Judge. It was almost like the broken toys of the hardcore scene really loved Judge because Mike was kind of like that. It's like your vibe attracts your tribe. So I think eventually that thing, it actually almost worked in his favor that he was like that, because there was a lot of other people that like that could completely relate with him. So I never heard him sing. We practiced and I really liked the songs, like right from the get go, the songs that we were writing. I thought it was really cool because we were kind of, it wasn't paint by the numbers like Youth Today. We all like me and Mike both loved Oi. Like we loved Oi, and we were kind of incorporating some like Oi-ish qualities. Like New York Crew was kind of like our version of a hardcore Oi song, and we covered the Blitz song. So we were bringing in like even some kind of like heavier elements. It wasn't really metal when we started, but we wanted it to be like real heavy, like Motorhead. Like Motorhead was like a big influence. So it was like I liked it because it wasn't just straight up hardcore. Like I thought like we were doing something that was a little different, and I liked that. And I never heard Mike sing until he sang on the actual 7-inch that we recorded. And oh my God, I couldn't even believe that sound came out of his mouth. I mean, he just started singing and it was just like, whoa, like this guy sounds like Negative Approach or something. Like even better than Negative Approach.
You touched on it there with like the broken toys thing, but there's like an emo quality to it, where like there's like a tough and a harshness to it, a hardness, but there's also like a sadness.
I mean, I always say that Mike started emo because his lyrics were like, he was such a like a, it was such a dichotomy too, because he was like this rough and tough biker guy, but his lyrics were like even on the 7-inch, like that's like his when we were doing that 7-inch, his girlfriend for many years had broken up with him, and he wrote that song "I've Lost," like this like heart on your sleeve song about your girlfriend breaking up with you, and you're so heartbroken that you can barely deal with it. What hardcore singer was singing about stuff like that back then? Nobody.